We're in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This is partly on the east side of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This is industrial area. I'm here with Deepak, one of our members. He's a health professional. He works in helping people with their health. So we're going to tap into what Deepak's knowledge is. He's knowledge on so many issues, including 5G and EMF radiation. We got our meters here today. We were drawn to the site because of the number of towers around us. And you can see our meter as well. We're in the mid-upper extremes of EMF radiation. And this is the new norm that's coming here in Canada, the US, Europe, Australia, obviously in Asia, China, without question, and Wuhan. They're basically guinea pigs in Wuhan. Pretty sickening what's going on there, but there's not much difference here. Let's be clear about that. There's not much difference. These political sellouts in Ottawa, look what they're doing. Completely in bed with the telecommunication industry. But let's look at these towers here. We got four towers in this cluster. There's one of them right there. I'm going to leave the meter running so you can hear the EMF. Then we're going to try our second meter as well. And there's a tower out here. Right there by that pole. Let's see. Right there. There it is. And then there's another tower right here. That's number 3. Look at that. Look at that right here. These industrial areas are a good location to go to. And there's number 4. And this is just line of sight. So this is a pretty extreme EMF zone for these people working here. The meter's maxing out. You see that there? I'm just going to grab my other meter. Deepak has his meter. Then I want to ask him some questions today. Let's get some readings on this other meter. Then we could do our calculations here. So our meter's set for radio frequency. So we're only picking up electromagnetic radiation. Okay, I'm at 8.6, 9.5, 10. 10 on the trimeter. I'm going to do the calculations. Look at that. Look at that, 11, 11.6 peak signal. So 6.3, you times that by 1,000. So that's over 6,000 microwatts per square meter. I got a peak signal of 12. Deepak?
16, 17.
Oh my God, 17.
19. Oh, off the charts.
Oh, it's not even. Oh, it's not even detecting. Oh my God. So let's do the calculations here to see what's going on. So what was your highest peak signal?
I went off the charts. It was over 20.
It was over, like, what was the last one you saw?
It was 19 is the last numerical, and then after that it just doesn't show anything when it goes beyond 19.99. So yeah, I'm maxed out right now.
Yeah, the meter's maxed out. So everyone, that's over 31 volts per meter peak signal in this industrial area. So we times the 19 by 1,000. That gets us into from millimeter watts per square meter into microwatts per square meter. Then we divide it by 609.75 to convert it to volts per meter. This is outrageous. 0.5 is the adverse health effects, Deepak. There's the meter there. Look at it. Unbelievable.
Maxed out.
Yeah, it's maxed out.
Just a couple of blocks away, there's a daycare center too. We drove past it on the way here.
Holy shit. So we want to be clear today, this peak signal, this is the highest signal point coming out. And what's happening, Deepak, it's pulsations.
Yeah.
So it may drop lower, but then you get kind of like a smart meter, then you go up as high as 31 volts per meter plus. We think it's going higher. It must be like 40 in this area.
We can't even detect that high.
Yeah, we can't even detect it. 0.5 is adverse health effects. There's DNA breaks at 4.76. And we're at 31 plus here. Think about it, everyone. Think. This is outrageous. This is a silent killer, Deepak.
Yeah, it's not going to kill you today. It's not going to kill you tomorrow. But all these little paper cuts, all the way along, like anything else, all the little paper cuts are going to affect your health over time if you don't mitigate it. For sure.
So Deepak, we've been focusing a lot on 5G. I'm just going to get you away from the sun there. So, like, you deal with health and all those issues. What other issues are you seeing that the Canadian people worldwide are facing?
Well, I mean, there's so many things we don't even have time to talk about. All
yeah.
It's just something like pesticides, right? We're putting pesticides and herbicides on everything we eat, right? Even organic stuff is, I don't know, there's a lot of cross-contamination. That's a problem. People are worried about global warming. I'm not saying that's not an issue, but you know, you got to be worried about what you're dumping on your food as well. You know, regenerative agriculture, nobody's doing that, or hardly very few people are. That's a big, you know, carbon sequestration. You know, that's a big issue. You know,
what about geoengineering?
Geoengineering, right? Like they're, you know, if people don't know, look it up. But you know, they're putting chemicals in the sky, and that just falls down, right, to the ground. It gets in your groundwater, it gets in your soil. You think you have your own organic garden in your backyard, but it's getting stuff falling from the sky. Silver and a whole bunch of other
silver iodine, all
kinds
other
of stuff. So that's just a few things, and like not to mention like, you know, the health guidelines as far as what you should eat, and you know, in my opinion, that's a bunch of garbage too. All this processed food and rancid oils and everything like that, cheap food to, you know, feed the masses, but it's totally the wrong way to go in my opinion. And that's just the simple stuff. That's just the easy things for people to really grasp onto. So
yeah, and this is all about individual and public health.
Oh, it definitely is. It's all policy. It's all policy issues, right?
It doesn't make sense as a society where we're going, does it?
No. Well, the bottom line is that the food industry, tobacco, pharmaceutical industry, right? They have strong lobbies, and they, you know, if you want to call it bribing, I'm not saying it's bribing, but let's just throw it out there. You know, they contribute to campaigns and stuff, and they get what they want. So it's an uphill battle, right? We got to take charge of our own, you know, first our own bodies and our families' bodies and our communities, and then go outwards, right? We all got to do.
But we're
part.
doing the reverse, aren't we?
Well, people are blinded, right? People they're blinded. They don't want to know, or they're uneducated, or they listen to mainstream media who doesn't even talk about these things.
The data backs up what you're saying, eh?
Oh, there's so much.
The cancer rates since the 80s have almost doubled.
Oh, for sure. We have so many.
So that says it right there, and. Let's be clear, everyone. This EMF radiation, I've been researching it further. Deepak, it's linked to diabetes, heart disease, all kinds of nasty cancers, including lung, brain, breast, leukemia in children. So all we ask is that you share, leave your comments. This is outrageous what's going on. This is another example. 31 plus volts per meter peak signal. Imagine that. And that's not a constant 31, that's a pulsation up to that level. And then it may drop down, but that's very serious. 0.5 is adverse health effects. In this cluster here, like I said, we have 4 towers. 4 nasty towers, all clumped together. There's that one there. We showed the one over here. And And then we got that other one. It looks like there's 5G on the bottom boom of this one. If you look closely, they're very small antennas. You see that? And there you go. And there's some of that there. So share your comments. NCA is still under shadow ban, so we rely on you to share our content. Please do so. This is another thing we're fighting. Not only our public health, but attacks on our freedom of speech. Our privacy is under existential direct threat, without question. With this AI technocracy, speak up. That's all we could say.